Hey everybody, Rick's here. In this video, what I thought I'd do is a little experiment, just something that I haven't really tried before, but I figured I'd go ahead and record it because if it's a success, then it'd be worth showing you guys. And if you're watching this, then no doubt it was a success. Alright, I got this glass ball jar here. You know, it doesn't have any real smooth surface. It's got bumpy writing and stuff on here. But you know what? I'm going to try to stick an image, this little sugar daddies thing on there. I figured, hey, what if this was like a sugar jar or something? And I'm going to try to put that on there like so. Okay, and then I got this little coffee thing I printed on this paper too, and I'm going to put it on this coffee mug thing that you can get, you know, like for $1 or whatever at a dollar store. It's kind of one of those, what are this, porcelain or something? I don't know, clay, glazed, whatever. It's got the shiny, you know, it's just a nice little cheap thing, you know. You can, whoa, almost dropped it. You can see got the little price tag on there. Anyway, so I thought I'd go ahead and see if I can put that on there like so. Now, the real experiment part here is that I'm going to be using this 3M super multi-purpose adhesive glue spray stuff and see if that will work. So anyway, let's get at it. I guess the best thing to do is I'm going to cut out what I don't really need here, so some of the excess stuff. So there you go, that's it for the little coffee thing. And then I'm gonna do the same for sugar daddies here, going backwards. So because you're gonna want to put it on like that, and as you can see through the paper, that's the way you want it to read, sugar daddies. Okay, all right, now the question is, which one do I want to do first? Oh, by the way, in case you don't already know, I am using, this is not just printer paper, this is the quick transfer printer paper. You can get it at my website. Just go down in the description below. Most of you who watch my videos know that I use this stuff. And you got to print it only on one side, so you got a little writing there that says print on the other side. Alright, and I kind of wasted the rest of this, but that's alright. I happen to know the guy who makes it, so I can get more. Alright, so let's try, you know what, I'm going to try this mug first, because it just seems kind of straightforward before I have to tackle this bumpy stuff here. So, I think it probably looked pretty cool. I should have did 2 of them, or maybe some words, but first we want to make sure that this thing actually works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my little box here, because I don't want spray to go all over the place. So I get this little box, and then I'm going to put this in here like so, and then I'm going to spray it really good. You want to make sure that you get good coverage. Now this stuff doesn't really stink, so I don't mind doing it in my office. I'm going to just shake it up like so. And then I'm going to give it a really good coverage. You want to make sure you get really good coverage there if you're going to glue this on. And it dries relatively fast, so don't take your sweet time. But get your mug over there, and I'm going to put it right on there like so. And smooth it on. Done. Alright. Wouldn't it be cool if it worked? Okay. So, that's all I had to do. Print, cut, and then press all the air bubbles, because this thing goes like this, so you know you got to really make sure that it gets on there. And I thought, you know what would be cool is to try this little thing here. So let's see if this works. Get a little sponge brush here, and then we're going to just wet the back of the paper like so. And you want it to absorb so it will release the image, and the glue will win the tug of war, as they say. You get a clean paper towel, You want to just kind of take up the excess water, and then I guess peel would be the next thing to try here. Is it going to work? It's not coming off. Okay, so the glue is not holding the image. Now I would have thought this stuff can stick to anything. It says foil, foam, paper, metal, plastic, fabric, cardboard, and insulation. Okay, this is still sticky. It's not dry. Look at that. It's still sticky. So the lesson here is that this did not stick on. You can see it was wanting to transfer, but the glue is not, look at this, the glue is not dry. Okay, so this glue doesn't seem to be that great for this porcelain stuff. Look, it's still sticky. So now let's try this with something other than this super thing, because that doesn't seem to work for porcelain. Now I want to reuse this cup, so let me see if I can get something to clean that off with and we can start over. I just stepped out for a couple of minutes to grab me a can of this high strength 90 industrial strength. It's from 3M contact adhesive. This is going to be kind of weird, but here we go. Let's try this. Woo! Wow, that's something. Alright, now this thing dries in 1 to 2 minutes, so I think I better hurry up here. Looks like Spider-Man was here spraying this stuff. Where's my cup? Alright, so I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to just put this on where I think it looks really cool. And go down the middle here and then spread it this way and this way. Alright, get this box out of the way. Alright, now this is supposed to dry in 1 to 2 minutes. Looks like it's having a problem sticking though. How come? Stuff should be good. This should be industrial strength. That's what it said, right? Let's find out if this glue is going to do it. Back to the old water brush again. Okay, just get the paper soaked here. Let it absorb. Okay. Boy, this is crazy. And see, it starts wrinkling up. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Let's. Alright, are you going to leave the image behind? Let's find out. Uh-oh. It's still sticky. Come on, what's with this glue? This glue is worthless. Why don't we try this? Wait a minute. Here we go. How about this? Advanced Craft Glue. Crystal clear, instant grab. It says, oh, waterproof. Okay. That would be good. Maybe it'll help us when we wash this thing. Maybe it does more. Alright, so let's see if this stuff works. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze. Wow, this stuff's kind of thick. I can tell you right off the bat, it is setting up way too fast. But let's see what it does. For the sake of experimentation, science. That's not good. It's just, look at it, it's coming off. Look at that. Or is there just no glue there? Yeah, there's no glue there. Man. Let's keep trying. I'll just keep trying. There's no glue right there. Gotta glue this thing on or it's not gonna work. Maybe get something sharp here, see if... Yeah, look at this. See, this part is not glued. See, it's not glued. There's nothing glued here. We've given it more than 10 minutes. Let's try to see if this 90 finally set up. Otherwise, we'll clean the glass or cup again and start over with something else. All right. This has not been a good experiment so far. Actually, it's kind of fun anyway, but you know. All right. Come on, you can separate. You can separate. I've wet you. Should be able to peel it off. Oh, it's sticky. It's not going to separate. It's not going to work. No. It's not. Ew. Not working. Oh, gosh. Man. What's wrong with this stuff? There we go. I'm wimping it, man. I'm wimping it. There we go. Mod Podge. Let's try Mod Podge. I'm really trying to make this as clean as possible. All right. Now let me scrape the excess here. All right, so I got some bubbling. Got to make sure you get some good pressing. I'm just lightly doing this. I'm just pressing everywhere to make sure that it's going to glue like that. And now, let's heat it up. Makes it quick. So, moisten it. Now, I already got some Mod Podge on the back of this paper, which makes it a little harder to absorb. But I think I could just do this a little bit and it'll get in there. And that's all we need, is it just to soak in there to separate. All right, get a clean, dry towel here, paper towel, just to take up the excess. And now we should be able to separate the paper from the coating. Just get it started so that you can lift. And see, as you can see the image is left on the paper here? Oh, it's still sticky. Great. See the image is still stuck on the paper? That means it wasn't glued down to here. It came right off of this glazed porcelain here. Okay, because if this was glued down, there's no way I should have been able to pull this paper off. And that's a problem. Okay, see, it just pulls the whole thing off because it's not glued down. Should we go ahead and try gel medium? Will gel medium hold on to glaze? I don't think it would. Not if Mod Podge doesn't, but let's give it a try, okay? All right, so I got a thin layer on there. It's probably not enough, but hey, that's life. Let's just do it anyway. All right. That was easy enough, so let's just do that. Okay. Now, I don't know if it's ready to come off or not. I could leave it for a little bit more time. This is gel medium, folks. Gel medium. What I like to use for most things. And maybe it will just be the savior for this too. I don't know. Just take off the excess. And I'm going to just kind of gently roll the edge with my finger here to see if I can get it started without lifting the image itself. Huh. It's better than everything so far, but it's not like 100%. Now remember how I brushed it on was really light, so I may not have gotten enough of it, but I have a feeling that gel medium might be the answer for this. We'll find out in a second, because I'll do a more serious one, because you see where there's streaks here? It's because I didn't glue it on right. I didn't put enough glue, but I got a feeling that I just figured out that gel medium actually sticks to this stuff. So let's do it again with gel medium, but this time let's be a little more generous so we don't have this really light transfer here. We won't be pulling off stuff, and you'll see the difference. But yeah, look at that. That actually went on there. So let's do this for reals now. Realsies. Okay, I want to make sure that this cup's getting really hot. I want to make sure that I don't have any air bubbles in there at all. I want good contact when this thing glues. All right, so get it started just like that. And it's not transferring. It's not transferring. It didn't stick. It didn't stick to the glazed. Some of it did, but not all of it. It didn't stick. All right, so now where is that other, the sugar daddy? What did I do with the sugar daddy? Does anybody know what happened to sugar daddy? Did I drop it on the floor? Oh no. That's unbelievable. What could have happened to sugar daddy? All right, sugar daddy's gone. I'm just not going to keep crying over it. I don't understand. It was here, right? It was here. Oh, this is just silly. All right. Oh, glass. Let's just do this. Okay. So I know glass works really good. Okay. So just put it on with the brush. There. Man, the sugar daddy would have worked out really nice, but now let's just put the glass on here. So now it's just going to be a basketball player. I printed this thing out like months ago. It's just been sitting on my desk. It's finally going to get used. I was putting together a basketball journal. So, okay, so this is not a flat surface. You can see the raised edges of the glass is starting to show through the paper, which is fine. Use your finger. Just kind of press down in all the grooves and everything. And hopefully we'll be able to get good contact for drawing. And have a decent transfer. Any place that it doesn't glue down, doesn't have good contact, you won't get a transfer. So you can see there's raised areas here. I may not have put enough glue down, but or those are just the bumps of the glass. They are. So you need to make sure you can get this thing pressed around all those bumps and valleys if you want it to transfer inside those areas. Once the glue starts to tack up, then it'll stay down better, but while it's wet, air gets in there and it just doesn't want to stay. Alright. It's like bumpy areas. You see inside, right there, you can see the picture in there. That looks kind of cool, right? Alright. It may not have dried long enough, but I'm already so disappointed with the ceramic. Okay. Oh, let me take off the excess. I'll be peeling all day long if I don't. Yeah. Glass is great. Glass works great. So there you go. There's glass. Boop. Alright, so you definitely transfer on the glass all day long. And then to clean off these glue images, glue thingies there, let's take a paper towel with some alcohol on it and let's see if we can rub it off. Can we? Yep. Just don't rub your image off. You went through all that work just to put it on there. So unless you seal this, these images aren't going to stay on here permanently, because you can definitely clean the glass off and start over if you had to. All right. Take a look at that. Isn't that pretty cool? That's on there pretty good too. So glass works great. This glazed thing, not so much, but I will find something and then I will make a video on this to show how it works. And of course I'll use this material as part of it so that I can show how difficult it was to do this, find something that would adhere to it.
3 days later.
Well, hey everybody, thought I'd go ahead and make this video to update the one where I started working on this cup. And you know, it has this really glossy ceramic glaze on here, and just about every adhesive that I tried to adhere just regular paper, it just peeled right off. So it became pretty evident that what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to do something to this glaze. Now I imagine that I could probably sand it down a little bit and give it some rough texture, and I might do that another time to see if that will simplify the process. But I did look online for something that just might do the trick, and I came across this stuff called Armor Etch. So there you go on that camera, there you go on that camera. Okay, so it's a glass etching cream, but I'm going to use it for ceramic glaze because I want to put an image on this thing here using my transfer paper. Now, I printed out these images. They're coffee images, and you can see they're mirrored. You need to do that because when you put it on this way, then it will be the correct way. And I did 2 of each. We have a couple here. Get more out of life with coffee, and keep calm and drink coffee. And here's one that says coffee, you can sleep when you're dead. I like that one. That seems pretty good. And I did 2 of each. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do this round one here first. So let's try that. And I have not experimented with this, so you're actually going to see me do this for the first time. Again, this was printed, because maybe sometimes I don't mention it. This is printed with a laser printer, and this paper is the Rix Conduit Quick Transfer Paper, which is offered at my website. There should be a link down in the description below. Okay, don't use inkjet printers. Use laser jet printers. I can see through it. You can see the light going right through it, and the top will be right there. So I'm going to put a little indication so I know that that's the very top. All right, so there's the part where I need to use this etching stuff. Now I don't know how long I'm supposed to use it. Let's see what it says here. It says, it will not etch plastic or some Pyrex, not intended to etch large solid areas. Do not ingest. That's probably good advice. Oh, here we go. Step 1. Apply it. Apply any armor stencil to a clean, dry, etchable glass object. Okay, well I don't have a stencil. That might be a good idea to make a stencil. I didn't think of a stencil. Oh my. You know what? That's a great idea. I need a stencil. Then let's see, what does it say? Brush on a thick layer of the Armor Etch glass etching cream and wait 1 to 3 minutes. Now that's for glass. I don't know for this, but we'll wait 3 minutes for this. And then using running water, rinse off and remove stencil. Okay, I don't have a stencil, but I have the next best thing. I have 1 more of these, and this time, instead of cutting it out with this, oh wait a minute. Ba-ba-da-da! Look at this. Here is the exact cutout for this. Yes, love it. Now, I'm going to take this masking tape here, and I want to make sure that that gets taped down pretty good, because this is my new stencil. And I'm going to put, see, we're learning things on the fly, boys and girls. Okay, so there's my pencil marks. I know exactly where I want to put it. And I'm going to tape it on right there. Yeah, what a great idea. Why, thank you. All right, let's do this one. Fold it over nice. Get it nice and taut. That should be nice and secure. Oh, boy, that hurt. All right, so next, I want to get a brush. Huh, weird smell. Of course, I don't want to waste too much. It's like $20 a bottle, so I don't want to use it up in one shot. All right, so I think that should do it right there, everybody. All right, that's a pretty thick layer, I think. All right, so it's been over 3 minutes, about 3.5 minutes. Turn my timer off here on my phone. I don't want my phone to be anywhere near this glass etching stuff, because it'll probably etch the glass on my phone. Meanwhile, during the period that I was letting it sit for 3 minutes, I went to the kitchen, got me one of those gloves you use to handle meat and stuff with, so I could smear this around with my finger just for that little extra, making sure that I've got it on there good. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to take this off. It says with water before removing the stencil. I'm going to take this off with this paper towel. Okay, and then I'll sprinkle some water on it now to stop the reaction, I guess, is why you have to do this. And let's go ahead and take this off and see what we got going here. Got a little on my hand. Oh! No, it doesn't burn. At least I hope not. Destroyed my nerve endings and I have no idea whether I got burned or not. Oh, there's still more on here I got to get off. Got underneath my stencil, so let's get that all taken care of, so there'll be no problem. Well, look at that. That is actually pretty cool. All right, I'll show you in a second here. Let me just make sure I got this all deactivated. Clean paper towel. It appears to have worked. All right, let me get all this out. All right, there we go. Okay, take a look at that. Let's see, can you see the light? Look at, the glaze has been removed from my glass. Isn't that neat? How cool is that? All right. There seems to be some spots where it didn't come off, and I'm going to dab some that's still on this brush, because those spots are not going to adhere, but I'm not going to get too close to the edge, so I lose my perfect circle there. Well, let's see if we can just improve to stop the process, I guess. That's pretty cool. All right, so that appears to have taken off those little dibs to the best of my eyeballs can tell. Okay, and I can hardly see the glaze part here, so I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like this. Wow, it writes better now too. How about that? All right, there we go. That's going to help me align it, and then I can erase that off. Okay, so let's do it the simple way. Here's my gel medium. I'm going to use Liquitex for this one. And I'll use this brush. And I'm going to put it right on the surface here. And I don't think I need to be careful that I put it in a circle because the rest of it won't adhere. Only the part where I removed the glaze, if you remember, right? So let's go ahead and close that up. And using my finger, I'm going to make sure that I have gel medium evenly distributed. Probably have more than I need for sure. You don't want too much of it because it will just cause the paper to wrinkle. So let me just kind of get some of this off. I put too much. But there you go. And I think that's going to work just fine. All right. Now, let's put this on here. Get it centered. Right there and right there. There we go. Okay, I'm going to wipe off the excess along the outside. Alright, that makes it for a clean application. Now we got to make sure that this is got good contact. So use your finger. Don't let it move around, but try to get this to sit still so it will glue. Let's see, try to use my brayer on this. Okay. Try to ooze out as much as you can. You want good contact. Anywhere you don't have good contact, you don't have it glued, it's just going to come off with the paper. Okay, so don't let it bubble on you or anything like that. Just get in there, squeeze out the excess. I have a little excess right there. I'm going to use my finger and roll that out. Here it comes. Ooze that pimple. There we go. Oops, don't lift. Don't lift. It got stuck on my finger. Make sure you don't have any air bubbles. You want good contact all the way around. Because this is not a flat surface, it's a little bit harder for me to brayer it, but it's not impossible. I just don't want it sliding around while I'm doing this. The glue, the gel medium is still wet underneath, which gives me plenty of time to get this the way I want it before I apply heat to get it dried completely. Alright, so here we go. We're going to use my little heat gunner thing here again. And just keep pressing on areas just to make sure that you've got good contact. Yeah, I hadn't even looked at when I started doing this, so I'm thinking that it's probably dry by now, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Well, I like this. This thing's very handy. A little handheld heat thing, and it gets nice and hot. Alright, well, draw a smiley face. Pass the time. Yeah. Of course, smiley face got to have a little tongue going off there. There you go. Well, the cup's all finished. There it is, my smiley face cup. Yeah. All right, I think it's cooled down enough. Now let's go ahead and get a clean paper towel and let's go ahead and wet this thing. There you go, smiley. All right, so just make sure that it's absorbing the water so that you can separate the image layer from the paper. And I'm going to just take up the excess. All right, here goes. Let's start peeling off an edge here somewhere. See if we leave behind an image. Da, 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 da. And the last one. Okay, second to the last one. There we go. Not bad. So that transferred fine, and the parts, like there's a little bit of where I didn't get a transfer, but it's just a slight discoloration rather than anything else. And that would be because there was still some glaze left in that circle where I could have just put some more of that on there and let it go for another couple of minutes just to be doubly sure. But I was impatient, so I just wanted to get it done. So I'm going to be happy. I'm going to say I'm happy with this. I'm going to take this pencil marks off here that I put in using just the pencil eraser. Okay, don't use pencil on the unglazed part of it, because then you got to really clean it off. It's coming off, but you know, you kind of learn how to do things by doing it. See, the other pencil marks got covered up so I don't see it. Let's see, can I clean off some of the edges with this? That's a maybe, maybe not. I don't want to put that much effort into doing that, but there you go. Okay, so I have me a new mug. It's not vinyl. It's embedded and glued into that area of the mug that I removed the glaze. And then now if I'm going to actually put this in a dishwasher, I mean, you can hand wash it too and all that stuff, but if you put it in a dishwasher, you're going to want to make sure that you have some kind of protection sealant on here. And I'm going to use that Mod Podge for dishwashers. It's a blue, like a cyan colored label. And I'm looking forward to that. When that's done, I'm going to come back and just put a nice coat on here so that I can protect my work. But there you go. That's awesome. All right. So there you go. There's another thing you can do with the quick transfer paper. This is really cool. So yeah, I can make my own custom cups. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. And if you haven't done so already, please give a like and subscribe and click the notification bell. And don't forget to check out my other videos. I cover lots of different things like printing on shirts, paper, journals, wood, plaques, canvas, whatever. See you later. Next time.